Hello world, it's Zilla. It's Mr. Bring You the Scripture so you can see the bigger picture. We're going to jump back into the book of Acts, chapter 12, starting at verse 5. Verse 5. Peter freed from prison. Peter was therefore kept in prison, but constant prayer was offered to God for him by the church. And when Herod was about to bring him out, that night Peter was sleeping, bound with two chains between two soldiers, and the guards before the door were keeping the prison. Now behold, an angel of the Lord stood by him, and a light shone in the prison, and he struck Peter on the side and raised him up, saying, Arise quickly, and his chains fell off his hands. Then the angel said to him, Gird yourself and tie your sandals. And so he did. And he said to him, Put on your garment and follow me. So he went out and followed him, and did not know that what was done by the angel was real, but thought he was seeing a vision. When they were past the first and second guard posts, they came to the iron gate that leads to the city, which opened to them of its own accord. And they went out and went down one street, and immediately the angel departed from him. And when Peter had come to himself, he said, Now I know for certain that the Lord has sent his angel, and has delivered me from the hand of Herod, and from all expectation of the Jewish people. So when he had considered this, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together praying. And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a girl named Rhoda came to answer. When she recognized Peter's voice, because of her gladness, she did not open the gate, but ran in and announced that Peter stood before the gate. But they said to her, You are beside yourself. Yet she kept insisting that it was so. So they said, It is his angel. Now Peter continued knocking, and when they had opened the door and saw him, they were astonished. Let's read what the Bible tied to what we just read. O ye of little faith. I wonder if sometimes we put overemphasis on our faith as a necessity for answered prayer. Obviously, in this story, the Christians gathered at Mary's house didn't have faith. God works in sovereign ways, his own wonders to perform. And though there was a lack of faith in their prayers, God still answered them. Have you ever been surprised when God answered your prayer? I have. I've prayed earnestly for things, and when God answered, wow, I couldn't believe it. So they were astonished when Peter was released from jail. But, this is scripture again, but motioning to them, verse 17, but motioning to them with his hand to keep silent, he declared to them how the Lord had brought him out of the prison. And he said, Go, tell these things to James and the brethren. And he departed and went to another place. Then, as soon as it was day, there was no small stir among the soldiers about what had become of Peter. But when Herod had searched for him and found him, he examined the guards and commanded that they should be put to death. And he went down from Judea to Caesarea and stayed there. You gotta love it when the Bible banks it out like that, right? If this blesses you in any way, press the buttons. And if you want the rest of the chapter, just hop in the profile after. And we're gonna be back next time, right on time, to renew our minds on time. Love you guys.